Hello and welcome to iasorigin. So today I would like to show you one of the stark realities. Can you see the image of these peoples? They are often celebrated. World की biggest MNCs are mostly headed by the Indian CEOs, be it Sundar Pichai of Google or Neil Mohan of YouTube, Satya Nadella of Microsoft. किसी की भी बात कर लीजिए, Cognizant, HCL, IBM, Abode, all these biggest multinational companies जो कि world पे rule करती हैं have Indian origin CEOs. So India has such a big talent pool. Indian mind इतने ज़्यादा अच्छे हैं that we have often celebrated this fact on Twitters, Facebooks and all social media apps. हमेशा हम glorify करते हैं Indian CEOs को. हमेशा सुंदर पिचाई के आपको reels देखने को मिलेंगे on all the social media. But is celebrating them enough? No. The question is, what is the reason कि सारी की सारी MNCs सिर्फ US tech giants की मोनोपोली में आती है, be it Amazon, be it Microsoft, be it Alphabet, be it YouTube, सारी की सारी big technological companies US द्वारा ही headed क्यों हैं? सारी multinational tech companies US ही dominate करता है. So can you tell the reason? What is the reason कि Indian CEOs बाकी countries की MNCs को head करते हैं but have failed to set up big technological companies in India itself? What are the reasons? When we talk about other countries like China, China has always competed US. जब US की किसी बड़ी कंपनी ने चाइना के मार्केट को कैप्चर करने की कोशिश की है, China has proposed an alternative to it, and it is quite visible from the examples like जब Amazon ने अपना strong foothold चाइना में बनाया, China built an alternative in the form of Alibaba Group. Alibaba Group लाया गया. Similarly, जब Google ने चाइना के मार्केट को कैप्चर किया, it developed an alternative of Baidu, जो कि एक वेब सर्फिंग ऐप बनी चाइना की. Again, when we talk about the companies like Tesla, जब कार कंपनी टेस्ला ने वहां के मार्केट को कैप्चर किया, it proposed its own alternative in the form of B/D. Build your own dreams. When we talk about Twitter, जैसे Twitter का strong foot चाइना में बना, it developed Vivo, an alternative to Twitter. Thus, time and again, China has developed its own alternative to US big techs. भले ही ये Chinese company का strong foothold world में नहीं होगा, but definitely they have catered to the local demand over there. They have provided an alternative, जिसके चलते Chinese economy में इन US counterparts की जगह इनको use किया जाता है, and they are working on their own model. So let's talk in detail about this. What are the reasons that US always emerged as a hub for multinational companies, but India couldn't? And what are the reasons that China is on the verge of emerging as a good competition for US? Before starting it, I would like to tell you that you can enroll with iasorigin for prelims cum mains program, where you'll be getting live classes, one-to-one mentorship session, unlimited recorded access, which can be availed anytime, and personalized strategy plan for you. Let's start with our topic. When we talk about Chinese company like Vivo, Tencent, YVD, Alibaba, we say that China was a copycat, copying USA's big technological companies. But now China has gained prominence. अपने ही खुद के business model में इतना successful हो चुका है that it has set example for other countries to take from it. For example, we can see Chinese app WeChat. This was a social networking app of China. This was the first social networking app जिसने QR code का use किया था, and this has been taken as an example by Snapchat in 2015, and Snapchat bought a QR code. Therefore, Snapchat का QR code Chinese WeChat से inspired है. When we talk about other things like bike which we take on rental basis, MobiBike Chinese company का था, which has served as a model and is being used in many other nations, जिसके basis पे GPS track करके bikes को hire किया जा सकता है on an hourly basis. So these are some of the models in which China has succeeded. For excelling in this field, China did a huge research and development. It studied the local needs of its market, of its huge economy, build a high class infrastructure in a collaborative basis, जिससे वो सब connect हो सकें, they can cater to the needs of the local population without the help of a foreign country. So it created a favorable environment जिसमें ये सब flourish कर सकें easily. That is why only China is the one which has provided a tough competition between the multinational companies and the startups. So let's talk in detail why US emerged as a hub for the MNCs and what were the reasons for its growth. Here we can see that US is the strongest and the world's largest economy. सबसे largest economy है. Around $25 trillion की economy है. When the economy is such huge, the investment is easily available. एक stable economy होगी तो stable business model होगा. वहाँ पे उतना ही अच्छा वो flourish करता है. When it comes to investment opportunities, it attracts investment from domestic as well as international market. एक investor सिर्फ वहां इन्वेस्ट करना चाहेगा जहां उसे पता है उसका इन्वेस्टेड फंड डूबेगा नहीं. इट शुड बी सक्सेसफुल. जहां पॉलिटिकल स्टेबिलिटी होगी, इकोनॉमिक स्टेबिलिटी होगी, वहां पे डेफिनेटली रिटर्न्स हाई होंगे. एवरीवन विल बी विलिंग टू इन्वेस्ट. दैट इज द रीजन यूएस में इन्वेस्टमेंट ज्यादा है एंड इन्वेस्टमेंट ज्यादा होने के कारण बिजनेस डेवलपमेंट को ग्रोथ के लिए फंड्स मिलते हैं एंड व्हेन दे गेट फंड दे डेफिनेटली ग्रो to great heights. Another reason is loan availability from venture capital. Venture capital are private equity funds जो कि startups को दिए जाते हैं. So loan availability for the startups in US is very easy. They get venture capital, private equity, initial public offerings, financial institutions, and the easy availability of all these have led to the flourishing businesses over there. Also, another reason is high per capita income. अमेरिका की बात की जाए तो वहां की पर कैपिटा इनकम इज अराउंड $65,000 पर कैपिटा इनकम. इसकी इंडिया से कंपेयर करेंगे तो इट्स जस्ट अराउंड $2,500. इतना स्टार्क डिफरेंस. पर कैपिटा इनकम ज्यादा होगी, इन हैंड कैश ज्यादा होगा, आपकी डिमांड ज्यादा होगी फॉर द गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज. डेफिनेटली जीडीपी ग्रो करेगी, बिजनेसेस ग्रो करेंगे. व्हेन पर कैपिटा इनकम इज लो कंपैरेटिवली तो उतनी ग्रोथ नहीं होगी. And the reason for US growth is this high per capita income, जिसके बेसिस पे वहाँ की डिमांड, कंज्यूमर डिमांड बहुत हाई रहती है. Now let's talk about the problems of the Indian economy, जिसके कारण हम MNCs को इंडिया में इतना फेवरेबल एनवायरनमेंट नहीं दे पाए. Now when we talk about the period of independence, 1947 की बात की जाए, from 1947 to 1991 इंडिया में फेवरेबल एनवायरनमेंट था ही नहीं. देयर वर नो एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप एक्टिविटीज और द लार्ज स्केल इंडस्ट्रियल ग्रोथ. मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में ग्रोथ लेवल बहुत ही कम था. एवरीथिंग वाज फोकस्ड फॉर एग्रीकल्चर. उसके बाद जब हमारा सेकेंड 5 ईयर प्लान आता है, जब हम हैवी इंडस्ट्रीज पे फोकस करते हैं, इट प्रूव्ड टू बी अ फेलियर. एज अ रिजल्ट इंडिया में ग्रोथ उतने अच्छे से हुई ही नहीं, बेस ही स्टैब्लिश नहीं हो पाया था. दिस वाज वन ऑफ द मेजर रीजंस फॉर अ सेटबैक. Then in 1991 we witnessed the economic reforms. हमारे economic reforms होते हैं, LPG reforms लाए गए, liberalization, privatization, globalization. When liberalization, privatization, globalization occurred, हमारी economy में openness आई. This brought about a huge change in the Indian economy because private banks and foreign banks got a green signal. जब private banks आ गए, foreign banks आ गए, तो इंडिया को funds मिलने लगे. Startups and businesses को easy loan availability मिल गई. Loan availability served as a means for fund. When they got the fund, they moved ahead with it. Another reason was with the LPG reform, FDI and FPI, foreign direct investment and foreign portfolio investment opened up in India. As a result, the foreign businesses started investing in India. As a result, इंडिया में IT बूम देखने को मिलता है. मेजर कंपनीज, बी इट इन्फोसिस, बी इट TCS, बी इट विप्रो, हमको ग्रोथ देखने को मिली थी इन कंपनीज की आफ्टर द 1991 रिफॉर्म्स. द इंडियन कंपनीज गॉट अ बूम, बट देयर इज अ फ्लॉ इन इट. जितना भी बूम आया वो ऑलरेडी स्टैब्लिश्ड बिग कंपनीज के पास आया. They were not centered around startup. कोई भी स्टार्टअप इनोवेशन या एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप जैसा ग्रोथ नहीं हुआ. ऑलरेडी स्टैब्लिश्ड को वहीकुलर पुश मिल गया था 1991 के रिफॉर्म्स से. सो हियर दिस फ्लॉ वाज एड्रेस्ड वेरी वेरी लेट in 2016. 2016 में we got established Ministry of MSME where Make in India, Startup India and Stand Up India जैसे plans लाए गए. When these plans came into implementation, तब जाके हमारे यहाँ startups को value देना start हुई. They came to be recognized and as a result यहाँ से उनकी growth हमको देखने को मिलती है. Startups की growth देखने को मिलती है. When we compare this with China, China started very early. For example, when we consider about China, 2016 में Twitter आया. 2016 में Twitter के आते ही हाल 3 साल के बाद 2019 में China created its own alternative in the form of Vivo. China अपना alternative 3 साल के within ले आया. Therefore, there is a tough competition between Twitter and Vivo. Similar is the case with Tencent and Alibaba. ये सारे alternatives close competition provide करते हैं US की MNCs को. But when we see it to India, India में startups को ही इतना late push मिला है that it will take a long time to reach that race. So, this is one of the reasons that India is lagging behind in the big multinational companies. But be it late or early, the start is a good start because when we consider the era of COVID-19 जो कि पूरी world economy के लिए एक recession का time था, there were bad conditions rippling. It proved to be quite beneficial for India. India में startups की जितनी immense growth COVID के time हुई है, that is unexplainable. When we take an example of 2019 में Indian startups की $13.2 billion की funding मिली थी, which was quite high. And in 2020-21, it was a year of unicorn companies. इतनी ज़्यादा funding मिली, around 35 billion. That 34 unicorn companies were established in India. Therefore, India got a massive boom in the COVID-19 era. And from here onwards, our startups blossomed further. But it seems that the golden era of startups is, I guess, coming to an end. Is it so? Because when we consider this graph, this is a data of 2023. 2023, we can see there is a dip in the funding of the startups. 2023 के first quarter में सिर्फ 2 billion की funding आई, which is around 75% less as compared to 2022. इतनी कम funding हो गई है. What are the reasons of this reduced funding? When we talk about this, this is not just related to domestic market. International market का भी role play है इसमें. Already after the COVID-19 pandemic, global economy अभी recover कर रही है and there is a global economic crisis. Interest rate high हैं, market में slow down है, consumer demand में बहुत ज़्यादा drop आ चुका है COVID-19 के बाद and this is one of the reason कि startups को उतनी funding अब नहीं आ पा रही है because of the bank crisis, interest rate and so many reasons. So this has a cumulative effect of both domestic and international factors. When we consider about some of the investors have stated that they overvalued the Indian companies, Indian startups in the year of COVID-19. For example, when we talk about Byju's, everyone knows that Byju's का decline आ रहा है अब. So many companies like BlackRock have claimed that they overvalued Byju's. Byju's की उतनी वर्थ नहीं थी जितना investors ने उसकी वर्थ समझ के उस पे invest किया. And as a result, they reduced its valuation from 22 billion to 8 billion. इतनी reduction आता है. And Prosus is one of the biggest investors in the global market that said that it slashes Indian Byju's valuation to 5 billion. It dropped the valuation. Same thing happened with Swiggy. Swiggy को भी एक overvalued company माना गया था in the COVID-19, which gained investment. And as a result, इस overvaluation के कारण investors have now crunched their funds. उन्होंने अपनी funding कम कर दी है. And this is one of the results. India की startups में अब उतनी funding नहीं आ रही है. There are many other reasons also for which startups have not gained prominence in India. Let's talk in detail about them also. So these are some of the social problems. India की social problems को देखा जाए तो they do play a major role in the growth of startups. For example, lack of educational opportunities. India का education system बहुत अच्छा है, but majority of the people remain uneducated. यहाँ की एजुकेशन प्राइवेट कॉलेजेस में बहुत अच्छी होती है, प्राइवेट स्कूल्स में बहुत अच्छी होती है. व्हेन इट कम्स टू गवर्नमेंट स्कूल्स, द एजुकेशन इज नॉट अप टू द मार्क, and the private schools are definitely not affordable for the major chunk of the Indian population. So affordable education is one of the major crises of the Indian economy. When we talk about graduates, there is a lack of technical employees. People are graduated, but it is said that only 45% are fit for the technical jobs. Other people are just educated enough for the non-technical jobs. So there is a lack of technical expertise in Indian youths. There is also a gender disparity. US में बात की जाए तो women and men have equal rights. Women have also been entrepreneurs over there. But when we talk about India, यहाँ पे women का labor force participation already बहुत low है, and in the coming years it has also declined. पहले से कम हो गया है. So when there is not enough people in the occupation, how can you expect the startups to grow at that level? Obviously, half of the chunk of population is lagging behind because of this gender disparity issue. Another is a societal setup. When we talk about startups, it's all about innovation, creative minds. When we talk about countries like USA, you have a degree or not, but if you have an idea, you will get a boom. You can flourish your idea. आप अपने आइडिया से अपनी नई कंपनी स्टार्ट कर सकते हो, नया इनोवेशन स्टार्ट कर सकते हो, नया बिजनेस स्टार्ट कर सकते हो, and the society won't judge you on the basis of your degree. But in India, when you do not have a degree, you are not that easy to start your business with. As a result of this environment which our society has created, the entrepreneurship and innovation in India lags behind. Another is lack of proper infrastructure. American infrastructure is highly developed, be it air, be it waterways, be it road connectivity. Infrastructure definitely plays a huge role. When we talk about infrastructure, it is always considered as a capital expenditure. What is this capital expenditure? Capital expenditure is any kind of expenditure जिसमें आगे जाके रिटर्न मिलता है. The return of which incurs in the near future, in the long run. रोड बिल्ड कराओगे आप, रोड बिल्ड कराने में कितने लोगों को एम्प्लॉयमेंट मिलता है उस पर्टिकुलर टाइम पे. आफ्टर द रोड इज बीइंग बिल्ड, इट प्रोवाइड्स कनेक्टिविटी फॉर ट्रांसपोर्टेशन, फॉर द मूवमेंट ऑफ पीपल, गुड्स, एवरीथिंग, एंड दैट रोड सर्व्स ऑन फॉर many years. In this way, capital goods and capital expenditure have a long-term return. उनका बहुत long-term return रहता है. Therefore, lack of infrastructure is one of the reasons. Compared to America, हमारा infrastructure बहुत low है. That is why growth of MNCs India में उतनी ज़्यादा नहीं रही है. But when we talk about India's talent pool, we can definitely say that if we create a favorable environment, India will see a massive boom because Indian brains are the best brains in the world. हमारे Indian origin के लोग biggest companies के MNCs हैं. Then definitely what we need to do is to focus on building a favorable environment where these companies and businesses can flourish well and cater to the needs of the local demand as well as the international demand. Then definitely India can prove to be a tough competition for any country in the world. I hope you liked the video. Do like and comment, and for more such videos, subscribe to our channel IAS Origin. Thank you.